Yeah.
We're back, and we're discussing whether or not moral repugnancy should affect the delivering of messages or mail. Uh, if you happen to be watching and work for the postal service, I think our only friend that works for the postal service probably does not watch this stream.
No.
Oh,
No,
I don't think he's
and,
watching right now.
But
But
I
if
need
you
to
do you
change my
deliver to
pride.
assholes?
I got to change my pride through rain or sleet or snow.
Goddamn prides.
just change it to Kevin Costner.
I had to, and I've lost to.
That's right. You don't have a pride this session, do you?
No.
No.
I think the purpose
Well,
of
my-
a pride is just to get you an XP every other
My
session.
pride is broken anyways.
All right. So, it's the second quarter day. People have fed. People have gathered plants out in the surrounding area.
Sean, do you have a map of Crossing?
Do I have a map of Crossing?
Do I?
Does he?
That's a good question.
Because I'm gonna go ask people about this, but I think I'm gonna start with the Shrine of the Worm because I think the Nightwargs, there's something supernatural about them. So I figure let's talk to a priest.
Yes. I do, in fact, have a map of Crossing. I totally forgot that I had made this map. But I did, and here it is.
Look at us.
Look at us. Like freaking professionals. So yeah. There's a shrine to the god Worm.
And remind me what's Worm's kind of purview again?
So this is one of those things where it gets into like weird theology. There is a protector god who is said to have led people like the humans across the seas to the Forbidden Lands. And over time disagreements have cropped up as to the nature of the god. It's said that the protector god took the form of a raven carrying a snake, and that's what the people followed to find safe passage. And so to people who had come here from the south, from Alderland, the snake was the avatar of the god, and the raven was essentially its like second. To others, Raven is the god, and the snake was its companion. And then to the Rust brothers, who yet haven't actually run into, but it's one of those things where like everybody kind of knows who they are. They believe that the raven was made of iron and the snake was made of wood, and so they worship the protector god as the god Rust and his wife Heem.
I'm guessing by the title of the shrine, this is one of the ones that believes the snake was the god.
Yes, yeah, and it's one of kind of like for most people, like Raven or Worm, like their tenets are slightly different, but it's not like there's a whole lot of religious persecution going on between the two of them.
Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say the Rust brothers are religious zealots, but fortunately, there are none of them here. Only bandits.
Slightly better.
Slightly better.
and instead don't have horrible demonic mutations amongst their ranks. So
Right.
yeah. So yeah, do you suppose who tended the shrine again?
So the shrine is tended by an old woman. Her name is written down here somewhere. Oh no. Sorry, I'm looking through my notes, and usually I'm just tipped off by the red underlines because proper nouns are never spelled correctly in a fantasy game. It's an old woman named Old Mural. She's the local midwife, who's just kind of taken to, keeping things neat and tidy and whatnot. She's kind of the de facto, like, religious leader in town, but it's not like she has any kind of real ordination or anything. Like, she's just the old lady that happens to always be the one taking care of the physical building, and so she just kind of fell into also being the religious leader of the town.
Okay.
But it's an informal thing, right?
Yeah, so I will yawning, I will approach the shrine, see if I can find her.
Yeah. It's pretty easy. She's there most days. Like, sweeping. Like, you can't even see like whatever dust she's sweeping up here, right? Like, it's one of those, like, she can see the dirt and she's gonna get it. It's still pretty overgrown. Like, you can tell that she kind of does her best, but she is she's kind of this wizened and stooped old lady, who's been, like, just in Crossing for frickin' ever, and is a staple of the town. Are you here by yourself, or did anybody come with you?
I'm okay being by myself unless someone wants to come with me.
I'm trying to keep a low profile.
Fair.
I'm gonna hang out with my little buddy here.
With Nissel?
I thought it was Arland.
The other little buddy?
With Arland. Sorry,
Yeah.
other little buddy.
My little buddy.
Your little buddy.
Yeah. My
Cool. So it's the
leg
two
feels
of you.
weird, but I'm just gonna like, oh, that feels great. And I'm just like, hey, down there.
I'll say good morning, Meryl.
She like kind of stops in her work and looks around. Her eyes are very clearly going, and then, like, kind of squints and leans in, and she says, the young man with the lute come to play a song for Worm.
I can if you wish, but I came seeking information.
Huh? Information, huh?
Is she wearing a bright piece of clothing like everyone else?
Yes, she is.
I'll
Several, in
motion,
fact.
I'll motion to her colorful clothing, and I'll say, I mean, since last we visited, we've had some unwelcome visitors at night, and I was wondering if you had any information about that. Anything strange? Any other strange things at night, or strange visitors, or anything you know about these beasts, or anything that seems extra and unusual lately?
Let's find out if she knows anything that's actually useful, I suppose. She has a lore of 0. Okay. She she says, "Huh? Yes, the wolves. They've been coming often for the last the the last few days. I think and like she kind of thinks back for a moment and says, I I believe they arrived not long after that poor mute girl wandered into town. She
Mute girl.
she kind of like peers at you for a moment, and she says, "I heard that there was some ruckus in the night. I hope nobody was hurt. Of course, nobody tells old Muriel anything these days. They just come to ask for charms and blessings," and like gestures like back at the shrine.
I say, unfortunately, Nissel got hurt, and his pet wolf Cloud did not make it.
And like she's like, oh no, that's very sad, very sad. I'll say a prayer for Nissel. May his soul be carried to on the wings of the ravens to Worm.
Like Arland wants to say no, it wasn't Nissel, it was the wolf, but then he's just like, okay, no, it's fine. Don't need to correct the old lady. I will thank her for the information. And is there like a little donation tin anywhere in this place?
Yeah. There's like an alms box.
I'll drop a copper in.
Yeah. You hear it thunk into several other coins inside.
As we kind of walk away from Myrtle, I'll turn to Tornald and say, I know you're kind of new here as well, but do you know what she means by mute girl, newcomer to the town?
I don't think I do.
You actually do, because
do I?
Until she actually came into the room and talked to people, the druid woman, the healer, she had not spoken to anybody, and you've been here for a few days, like.
And I noticed that she didn't.
Yeah.
Talk.
Yeah. Everybody just assumed that she was mute, like.
But so there's whisperings that she couldn't talk and all that.
Yeah, and okay. Up until she like started saying anything to Umlaut and then came into the room, like she did nothing to disabuse anybody of that idea.
Young Arland, it's the healer woman, who she speaks of. She's not mute, I know that. I mean, I can see the confusion in your eyes, but she just never talked. There were rumors that she could not.
She wants us to help her with something. Let's go ask her some questions.
So you're heading back to the inn to go
yes.
Go talk to the healer. Awesome.
I will come with for that.
Arland looks up at you and says, "If we have to, you do good cop, I'll do bad cop. You do good guard, I'll do bad guard."
Yes.
Just as long as you don't do get help.
I'm. I've seen that so many times in the in the puppet shows, and I wish to reenact those.
No.
I've long dreamed of this day.
So yeah, we will march back to the to the Muggin Druid.
Awesome. In the meantime, Umlaut, Nissel, what are you all doing?
I'm gonna need to go get my sword.
Okay. Yeah. You can go pick it up. It's been enough time, I'm pretty sure.
So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make my way I'm not like follow the trails. I'm cutting through going through the back behind houses and stuff and through bushes.
Ah, I see. You're sneaking about then.
I am, because I am super stealthy.
You are super stealthy. Would you care to make a stealth roll since you're actively trying to not be spotted walking through town?
Yeah, I can't even imagine a single way this would go poorly.
How could this go wrong?
Hey,
Apparently, it can't go wrong because
Damn.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you do like as you stop at one point, like between a couple of buildings, like your path is crossed by who you recognize as Gallivan, who is a half elf, who is the leader of this band. He's like in conversation with a couple of his soldiers, and you can just hear him being like I don't care what needs to happen. We need to find somebody to get rid of these damn shadow dogs. And like that conversation just like continues on past you. But you spot them before they are able to spot you, and you avoid detection before making it over to the smithy. The dwarf who runs the place like looks up and kind of like leans out to make sure that that Gallivan has passed far enough out of earshot before she like really acknowledges you, and then satisfied, she she gestures you forward, and it's like, so you I heard some things happened last night.
turns out the shadow wolves are very, very real.
She says, well, I mean, and then shrugs, and you see that she's wearing like a bright yellow scarf today. And yeah, she's she says, I heard one of yours died, the goblin. Blood all over the place is what folks are saying.
Yeah, it was truly unfortunate.
Well, you have my condolences. And then like pulls your blade out and like sets it on the counter, but doesn't let go of it. And says, condolences, but not my discounts. She says, have you done the thing that we've talked about?
Not yet.
She looks very disappointed, like more disappointed than angry.
Did you expect me to go do it without my sword?
You already paid her for it, right?
Yep.
Yeah. She like looks at it, looks at you, like there was going to be like a moment where she was going to try and negotiate more money out of you, and then thinks better of it, And it's like, I suppose you have a point. They're not the pleasantest sort. I was just, slides it over to you.
Okay, so remind me, because I feel like I asked her to write a letter and she was like, "No, I don't want it."
Yeah, she doesn't want
right.
to she doesn't want to be implicated in what's going on. What she wanted you to do was to like tell them that because they're setting up to like raid this town because she wants to set them against the bandits, right? And they had planned on, doing it at night, but there's this Nightwarg problem. And she knows that they are supposed to come soon. So she's trying to get you to like go and tell them to hold off until she can signal them that it's safe. Does that make sense? But she can't like get out there herself. She has too many eyes on her, and like they're constantly coming to her for like work. So she can't she can't get away to.
It was one thing when it was just delivering a message to the slavers, but turning the town over to slavers feels a little.
What if we get the bandits and the slavers to fight each other and the Nightwargs at the same time?
Yeah, I might end up being Team Nightwarg before this is all over.
This is the Battle of Five Armies, but
All right.
on a very small
Team
scale.
Can we
Edward.
let the Nightwargs win and then kill them out?
Yes, Jacob.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Where's the mustache dad then? Because that's.
Wait, am I the only one that has not seen Twilight and has no idea what any of you are talking about?
Oh, I didn't even know we were talking about Twilight.
I just assumed when you said mustache
You're-
dad that this was a
you are now.
Twilight thing.
Mustache Dad is a Twilight thing?
I don't know. I'm in my 40s.
I want it to be now.
I don't know
think.
what people talk
I'm
about.
also in my 40s, and I have seen Twilight.
Well,
Yeah. My kids aren't old enough to watch to want to watch that stuff, and I'm too old to have watched it, I guess. I don't know.
It's a movie.
I know what it is, but I don't remember a mustache guy being in it. I'm really curious about this mustache dad thing.
Oh my god, I cannot believe how much time we just spent talking about Twilight.
it was
Loud stabs himself with the new sharp sword.
That's right. This is terrible. Let's move
How did
on.
this guy just behead himself? How does that work?
Yeah. So Callista will hand over your sword because you have paid for it.
Yep.
And yeah, she's just like, now go before somebody spots you and spots me talking to you.
All right. Wow, there's a lot of things happening.
There are a lot of things happening.
John likes it complicated.
Look, I roll things up at random, and then I just have to put them in context.
I could not be more excited.
So Nissel, while all of that is happening, what are you doing?
Well, Nissel is tracking down the source of these Nightwargs.
Okay.
Or believing he is. He's attempting to. He'd
So
probably
you're-
be out by starting with the incident that happened last night and looking around that area for clues and then trying to track them if he possibly could.
Interesting.
Well, they're in the well.
I hope they're in the well.
Let me
Nissel's
look
gonna
at
ask
these
you guys
things.
to lower him down into the well.
Okay, so you want to try and and track these things down.
Yes.
It's gonna be real hard. Uh,
Just the way I like it.
Tracking shadows during the day, no problem.
I mean, it's generally easier than tracking them at night.
Fair enough.
Good point.
Yeah, they are notorious for not leaving tracks. That doesn't mean things are impossible. It just means it's going to be hard. You're gonna be rolling it at a -3 because it's tough.
Okay. All right. Is this going to be scouting of some sort, or what are we doing here?
Yeah, it would be scouting is what you would use for like
I'm so really bad at
scouting
these
or
things.
survival. What do we use for tracking? Dang it! Now you're making me look up rules. Like I'm a
Whatever he's better at.
game master. No,
Neither.
if this were Blades in the Dark, then yes, that is exactly how that would work.
Wait, if you've got neither, then you can just roll wits because that's what you're going to end up rolling anyway.
I've got 1 in survival. But I've got 0
okay.
in scouting.
Let's see.
Would that be more like hunt?
I wish there was
Hunt's
hunt.
an action. Let's see.
Could it maybe be animal handling?
It is not animal handling because you are not handling the animal.
I am waiting for you to
What if I'm holding a squirrel when I'm doing this? Okay.
I believe we are.
Probably survival. not
It's
scouting.
survival. Yep.
Okay. And that's at a minus.
-3.
How would I minus that off my wits or is it my survival?
So when you bring up the roller,
Oh, the modifier.
yeah. Oh my gosh, you actually did it.
Nice.
So you're like, while everybody else has split off to like have conversations and get swords, you've wandered off, like trying to track down these creatures. At first, the best you can kind of do is figure out like which direction they had come from when you spotted them. And so you find yourself heading kind of west of town into it's mostly open plains, but there's a few like little wooded areas. And as you step, you travel for, an hour, maybe 2, like trying to find signs. And you, it's a smell that catches your attention at first. It smells like brimstone and sage, right? Like it's a weird combination of smells that is not at all pleasant. But as you're as you follow it, because it's out of place, right? You also get a whiff of like campfire smoke, like that distinct smell of like old burnt wood. And following it, you can follow those signs to a small wooded area, a few hours west of town. And as you approach, the smell of a campfire is supplemented by the smell of cooking meat. And as you approach, you can hear voices. The words are indistinct, but they're but they're talking in hushed tones, somewhere just past the tree line. What do you want to do?
Oh.
I will say your survival roll was
Yeah.
was successful, so this is definitely the direction that the Nightwargs have come from.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna go really badly. Nissel wants to stealth up closer to see what the fuck's going on.
All right. In that case, you should probably roll some stealth.
Roll a really good stealth roll. All right. All right.
Are the woods thick enough here to be dim light?
That's a
Just-
good question, man.
Just
Yes.
asking for his nocturnal trait.
Yes, it is dim. It is dimly lit.
Okay. Well, in that case, I get an automatic success with that. What is that?
Well, you can roll first, and then
and then
you can
depending
spend
on the,
willpower points, and each willpower point is a success, another
Yes.
success on the stealth check.
I can do that. I can do that after the roll. I don't have to declare before.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, you do it after the roll.
All right. Well, that's probably
I got 0. So,
okay.
We just
Excellent.
saw question marks.
what's that?
We just saw question marks.
Well, yeah, that's because I
Oh.
accidentally had it had the roll hidden. So you sneak in through the underbrush, right? And as you get closer, there is 2 men and a horse that are like have this small campsite made up. You can see kind of like laying one of them is kind of a large ugly looking dude. Like his nose looks like it's probably been broken multiple times, so it's all just kind of crooked and like tweaked towards one side of his face. And his arms are all scarred up. He's dressed in mail, but he has this like ochre and red cloak. That's he's not wearing it. It's kind of warm out, right? So his cloak is kind of tossed on top of a log next to him. And he's got he's like slicing a piece of rabbit with a dagger, and handing it to his companion, who is likewise dressed in reds and yellows and browns. But next to them, there's also like this ring of stones that is laid out kind of off to the side in a clearing. And there's a small like metal bowl, right? And that's where you're getting that smell of sage and like sulfur coming from. The two guys seem to be completely ignoring it. But you can also from where you're at you see a handful of like raven feathers, some of which are burnt, that are scattered about in that stone circle. The other two men are just kind of like, yeah, it's idle chit chat, right? Like you know, they're saying, you know, once we find once we capture the woman, we'll head back, and bring her south, or else we'll just string her up here. Either way, one raven sister dead is a raven sister dead, and it's world's better for it. And yeah, like they're like, you've just caught them in the middle of them bullshitting about their plans. They've clearly been here for a little while, right? Like the campsite has that look of like, you know, when you first set camp and everything's pretty orderly because you've just pulled everything out and put it where it needs to be, and after a couple of days everything had to get scattered and spread because we all get lazy and don't put things back where they're supposed to be.
Right.
So yeah, it's just kind of got that look of like, these two guys have been here for a little while, probably a few days. Yeah.
Now Nissel's torn because there's a weird stone circle that caused the death of Cloud, but also kills birds. And Nissel fucking hates birds, man. He hates birds so much. So I think, is there any? Can Nissel notice any identifying markers or any like symbols or anything? He's not the brightest bulb, but
do you want to make a lore roll?
yes.
You don't seem too sure about that.
Well, not the strongest thing. Oh, poop.
Nothing.
Nissel
like
Nissel does not care that much. He's not going to push that.
Okay. Yeah, like if there's anything worth noting here, it is beyond you.
Yeah.
What would be important?
Other than the fact that he knows that the smell comes from here and the Nightwarg's direction would lead him here, and so that's probably his only thing he gives a fuck about right now. So Nissel's gonna and there's just these two. Nothing else?
Two guys, they're camping gear.
Just two
one
guys.
horse.
One horse.
That's like tied up.
Nissel kills the horse, runs away, and says, "Fuck you!" No, I'm joking.
It's
This
your
is
new
for
mount.
Cloud!
It's your new mount.
No, Nissel, I think he would he'd take stock of them one more time and then slink back off out into the brush and then head back to town now that he knows where they're going to be hanging out at.
Cool. Yeah. I don't think you need to make another stealth roll. You've already succeeded at that.
Thank you.
No sense making two of them. Right here.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, you say that now. Cool. Before I move us forward to the third quarter day. So Arland was going back to talk to the quote unquote mute lady.
Yes.
Or I guess it was
Tornald, yeah.
Arland and Tornald, right?
Correct.
Cool. So yeah, you head back to the Mug and Druid. Torin has finally like come back out and made an appearance. Like
Weird.
as you come in, he's like, he looks exhausted, right? He took no damage. He was just like freaking terrified
Yeah.
and traumatized by everything. Uh, and he's like, he's got a bucket and like a bucket full of water and probably lye. I don't know. What would you use to like try and scrub blood off of a wooden floor?
Laya would work pretty well.
Yeah. It's, have you ever seen Deadwood? You know, every time Al Swearingen like came out and had to like clean up his saloon because somebody had been shot in there. It's like that. Only this guy isn't doing it because it's like because he's Al Swearingen and a badass. He's like trying to erase a bad thing that has happened in his presence and has probably changed his life forever.
I mean, I think he realized he doesn't want to be an adventurer anymore.
Oh yeah. He has no desire. Now, like he's jumpy when you walk in, and then sees that it's you and is just like, sorry, I am, and he like stands up and like tries to wipe his hands off. It like whatever he's been doing has been more or less futile. It's not coming up. He says, "Are you planning on staying another night?"
I don't think so. I say is the lady here, the druid?
He looks real.
I don't ask that. I look with my eyes. Like I'm asking you, the DM.
Oh.
Like, do I see the druid here?
Yeah, you don't see her down in the common room. No.
He still looks confused.
Have you seen the mute woman?
He kind of shakes his head and says, normally she's down for breakfast, but I slept in a bit and
He helped cook some breakfast this morning. I know.
right. Yeah, I haven't seen her. She's got a room upstairs. I think she's got another night or two on the books. I'd have to check.
That's okay. What room is she in?
He has that moment of like, maybe I shouldn't tell people, and then like shrugs and he's like, third on the left upstairs. It's
okay.
And he like goes back to trying to scrub up the floor.
I'll go upstairs and knock on the door.
You knock and the door like opens a crack. She's about as tall as Tornald is. So like she looks down at you. She doesn't really say anything at first. And then she says, "Oh, it's you." And then like closes it. You hear the sounds of furniture being moved. And then she opens the door and like pokes her head out and looks both ways and then invites you inside.
Okay. I'll go inside. But before I talk, what's her room look like right now? Because it sounds like things aren't where they normally would belong.
Yeah. So there's a the rooms in general are pretty sparsely like there's not a lot of furniture, right? But she's got like the table, like a small wooden table and chair that like now that you're inside are kind of shoved off to the side, like beside the door, where she's clearly like been barricading it.
Okay.
Beyond that, like she has a traveling pack that looks like it's all ready to go. That's kind of bundled up and tucked, tucked within easy reach, like go bag style. Aside from that, like she hasn't really put any, like, it looks like she pretty much sleeps in here. There's
Okay.
remnants of like, some food that she's had, some water in here, but like, yeah.
So Arlen obviously doesn't look happy. His tiny little arms are crossed.
They're so small.
And glare up at her, and he'll say,
Sorry.
"So, what? Why Nightworks?"
Like she looks at you and is like, I don't understand the question.
I'm gonna read her a little bit in that moment. Does she look like she's?
You want to make an insight roll?
I do. Tornald, could you like smell lies or something like that?
Let me see. What do I?
I'm fishing for a help die.
Yeah. You could always help. Helping just you have to obviously describe what you do. It just adds a +1 modifier to them, and
I mean,
if you're helping, you're implicated in failure too.
Yes.
That's nothing to worry about.
So, I mean, and that's a thing where you can kind of, like, if someone's lying, you can feel the heat, the heartbeat. There is a smell that's very subtle, and also, I feel like she and I have a connection here. We're both the druidy type, and I can tell. We're good at bullshitting, but you don't bullshit a bullshitter.
Right.
And so I can help with some insight as well.
Okay. Cool. So with the help, you'll get she is real hard to read. Like her
Arlen,
expression before you decide whether you're gonna push right now, it is somewhere between like, I don't know what you're talking about and are you accusing me of something? And it's like right in that ambiguous space of like
Yeah, and I will say because my best friend almost died last night. You saw that. So he's digging a little bit too, and trying to play a little bit of guilt at her. So my best friend almost died last night, and I guess you could say a little part of him did. So I just want to know why.
is that a push?
Yes, it is. Oh, 2 to wits, but I thought I saw success. Did I not see success?
There are no.
No.
I could have swore I saw swords. It must have bounced.
I mean, you got some willpower out of it.
I'll take it.
She says, yes, I feel terrible for your friend, but she shrugs. I don't know why those things are haunting the streets of this city or this town.
He kind of, like, at this point, like, he deflates a little bit, like, I was sure it was you kind of thing, and then like it all leaks out because he believes her now. And he says, "Damn it," he says, "because we're kind of stuck in town until we take care of this. Nissel is determined to kind of get revenge for Cloud and put an end to those things. Once we deal with them, we could help, of course, but."
She's like, so your friend lost his companion and now he has a death wish?
Listen, you don't know Nissel, so Nissel doesn't want to die, but Nissel would kill himself to save Cloud, or to get revenge for Cloud. Nissel doesn't always think of Nissel first, like his personal safety. Like his personal safety is usually always an afterthought to whatever Nissel wants to do.
She kind of looks at the two of you, and are like, and you seem to be happy to join him in this folly. You're right, I don't know your friend, but I know how much blood I saw on the floor. I know what those creatures did to both of you. Like, and it indicates Tornald's leg.
Yes.
And she says you were fortunate that I was here to help after the fact, but I have business that is far too important to risk having demon creatures tear me apart too.
Well, maybe we can work something out then, because I'm not going to abandon Nissel. He's the closest thing I have to a brother. And but you clearly would like some help. So you don't have to put yourself in direct danger, but if you help us figure out and stop these shadow wolves, I'm sure it won't take much to convince Nissel to help you if you help him. And of course, I'll follow along with Nissel.
Yeah, and she's like, as I recall, I have already let's see. Sorry, I wanted to take a quick look at the social conflict rules so that I wasn't like going to screw anything up. I was under the impression that I had already paid for your help.
I mean, sorry. Let me be clear. Nissel will not leave this town until he is dead or the situation is resolved. If you would like us to come with you sooner rather than much later, or minus one of our party member, a little help isn't gonna hurt.
All right. That sounds like you're trying to manipulate her into agreeing with you.
It sure
Manipulate
does.
the hell out of her.
It's a very convincing argument.
It's a pretty convincing argument. Are you helping out here too?
Oh yeah, I totally believe in that argument.
Okay.
Let her know that we killed a manticore and then we're pretty badass.
Killed a manticore?
Did kill
You are pretty badass.
Yeah, it was a weirdly unarmored manticore, but we killed it.
It still died, and it was still scary as hell.
I believe it.
Let's see.
Will my logic get me any bonus dice?
No, but do
That's
you? What is your reputation?
2.
That will get you a bonus die.
That's right. We got a rep.
One bonus die for reputation.
Yeah, it's only, it's whether or not it's higher than the other person's.
Oh, okay.
Which in this case it is.
So I get 1 from Matt helping and 1 from my reputation.
Yes.
Fucking, god damn it. Okay, so
It is a versus test.
oh, and I'm pushing this, by the way,
Uh,
because I still have to
Oh.
beat her.
yep. You still
Right?
have to
Yes.
beat her. Yeah.
You just have to get one.
You just have to get
Looking
one.
good.
I mean,
You can do this.
What are the odds, Matt?
Uh,
I believe in you.
so like, I'm guessing at this point, like, there's a bit of stubbornness on both our sides. Like, I said my piece, but she's just staring at me, and I'm just staring at her.
Yeah. Well,
And I
because
finally just cross my arms and like I wait a beat, and then my pushes, I just shrug and say, "It's up to you."
nice.
I see a 6 on the dice.
Please.
Hey.
Nice.
It was good.
So you get the two damage to empathy.
Yeah.
But you succeed. She like heaves a deep sigh, and it's definitely the like, fuck, fine. She's like, oh, I suppose the risk of opening, some sort of portal to an unpleasant netherworld wasn't quite enough for you, but now you want my help too. Fine, if it will get you to escort me to where I need to go. Then
Listen, the transaction was already done. Just think of this as speeding things along, cutting to the front of the line.
Yeah.
she like she makes the last attempt, owing me one.
Sure. Sticks out his little hand.
Yeah, she looks at your outstretched hand for a moment, and then reaches out and shakes it, and then like doesn't let go when the shake is over. Kind of does the like pull you in power move.
Trump, god damn it.
And
I'm special.
she
And I can't resist it because I don't have a lot of mass behind me. So I
No.
mean,
She just kind of picks you up.
yeah. Well, she's not trying to
Shakes
like
your
yank
whole
you
body.
around. She's just like kind of getting in your face. And she's like, if this ends up costing me anything more than I have already expended in helping your friends, we're going to renegotiate this deal.
It's definitely going to happen, but I'm not there, so.
all right. I'm happy with that. I am exhausted.
It's also,
But I don't have money. But I don't have money for a room right now. And I kind of look around.
oh no. Oh no.
I kind of look around the room we're in.
Friend, let me pay for your room.
Okay.
You've taken such good care of this little clan here. I can chip in, I suppose. Was it? Would you say 4 copper?
It's
5 copper?
it's 5 copper for a private room. It's what, 2 or 3? I can't remember now.
I think it was 2 for dorm.
Yeah, two
Yeah,
two if you want to
shared.
basically like bunk up in a
Let's let's get you a private room. So
This time we can let Umlaut sleep in there with us.
yes.
Nice. Yeah, and I think as is there anything else that I need to handle before we move to the next quarter day?
I think so.
Umlaut's got his sword back.
Yep.
Nissel returns from his sneaking into the woods.
Umlaut got his rude sword back.
That's right. Old ladies and mysterious young ladies have been spoken to. So as evening draws near, does everybody just kind of meet up back at the inn?
When was the last time that Umlaut had a sword?
So
It's
long
been
ago.
so long.
It really
The
has.
entire game, I feel like he hasn't had a weapon. This is a big moment. I think we should go back and really examine this moment.
How do you feel about having your sword back?
Dangerous.
Yeah, dangerous to everybody else or dangerous for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like just giving it swings, just like, feels so good.
Yep. The balance is nice. So Solista does good work. Yeah, so in the evening you've reconvened at the inn.
Hey, Nissel.
Oh yeah, if Nissel got back, he would definitely be spewing a ton of info the moment he got through the door.
Yeah, but are you saying
would be
anything truthful about it?
Well, that would be the problem. He'd be stumbling. Well, let's see.
Because you have to lie.
Upon Nissel's return, Nissel would probably start off by telling a tale that involved 12 different ways he could have died, but survived narrowly by his, skin of his teeth and his uncanny wits that are Nissel. Eventually, Nissel will get to the part where he would explain about the campsite, though, and I think that Nissel's explanation would have been that he found the home of the Nightwargs, or the source of the Nightwargs, and that there was an army there, or else he would have killed them all himself. And if they were to return at dawn, the Nightwargs would be no longer an issue, and they could hopefully slay whatever soldiers are there together. Would be the idea, would be his hope.
Where were these people?
I don't remember exactly map wise, but he points and goes this way.
Yeah, they're a couple of hours west.
All right, so it's definitely not the same people I need to go talk to.
Oh shit! Here's a letter. Now we have to kill you.
So
More good news on that front, Nissel. The Raven lady, or do I know? Yeah, the Druid lady is going to help us.
Oh, and that would be when Nissel's little brain would make those two connections and be like, "It's her fault," and give that lady an icy finger her direction.
Yeah.
He healed you, dude.
Because as far as Nissel heard, these people were laying siege just to retrieve her. All the chaos, all the death was just so they could get this gal.
Yeah. At like you're telling this story, like, are you making any attempt to keep it quiet?
No, I think that Nissel unfortunately would not be of mind to keep it quiet. I think his emotional eruption would be something that would be like, he would be like, come close, and then he would just start shouting, "It's this one here!"
Yeah. So
the reason.
the reason I ask is because I think like as soon as you start describing like what the guys in the woods look like
Sure, yeah.
she
Colors.
turns pale, like, and like abruptly like gets up and books it upstairs.
Well,
And then I say, "Oh, she'll help," and you go, "Oh, it was her." do you point out that they're after her?
yeah, Nissel would definitely explain that there was a whole army after this gal.
Yeah.
And that again, he would have stomped them all out, but just one too many.
You just
Yeah.
didn't
Like
have enough
23,
arrows.
36 of them. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. And when I say like she abruptly does it, it's before you get to the part where they're after her. It's like as you
Right.
describe what they're wearing. Like that's the point where she's like, and
this
gets
will
up
probably wouldn't
and-
have clicked that she left until she's already gone too far. He would have
Yeah.
been too into his description and
yeah, because then you're like, it's her fault, and like you're pointing, and like it's the empty table where she was sitting.
So
There's
we've
like
got a
there's like half-eaten food.
we've got a town full of shadow wolves that's inhabited by bandits. We've got an army to the west that's sending the shadow wolves, and an army to the
a huge army.
and
Umlaut.
a band to the
Umlaut.
east waiting for the shadow wolves to go away to come ransack the town.
Umlaut. It's Nissel.
Yeah.
I don't think it's an actual army.
Well, the army was moving the other direction, but there was 2 left that would be ripe for the picking.
He's gonna get us killed.
I would have killed them myself, but the army was all around those 2.
I'm sorry. Ignore me.
But I
Continue.
think they were leaving conveniently as I left the other direction. We should go back on.
Umlaut, you've got your thinking face on again, like you're plotting something.
Well, you're a resident of this town, right?
Correct.
Would you consider this your home?
I mean, like,
Do you have attachments to this town and the people here?
like I grew up in that house, like over there, and Nissel's family lives in the trees in the woods outside of town.
So the trouble is that the only thing keeping an army to the east of here from attacking a band of slavers from coming and ransacking the town and chasing out the bandits are the shadow wolves.
That's a problem.
Ironically, I think the bandits are your best option.
Let's say, I mean, you can still eliminate the wolves and tell the bandits, hey, get your guard up. Best case scenario, bandits and slavers cancel each other out.
We could just help pick off whatever stragglers are around.
I think I'm gonna need to go talk with Gallivan.
Do we do that tomorrow morning after some rest?
No, tomorrow morning we go kill fucks in the fucking forest.
Yes.
Kill fucks, talk to fuck.
Is that the right order of operations?
I guess it depends which fucks are you fucking up and which
You go from left to right always.
Oh.
So
Nissel's approach is if we go early dawn, those guys are going to be more vulnerable because they're doing nasty shit at night.
mm,
So we
I
kill
see.
them.
So they might be like sleeping.
Yeah, then we
So we go to
do all
sleep
kinds of terrible
now,
things.
early, and then we get up tomorrow and Like,
Yeah,
when
we
it's
don't
dawn, it
mess
just
with the
brings on.
Nightwargs. We hang out and wait for these stupid dogs to go away. Then we go kill the assholes that keep calling them.
I think the thing we do agree on is that we sleep.
And at this
Yes.
point, like Arland is rubbing his red eyes and like fighting yawns constantly.
No, I'm
Go sleep, little one. I promise there won't be blood everywhere when you wake.
Can you keep that promise?
Yeah, Nissel goes to the window and looks out the window as you say that.
Yes, I can.
Yeah. You look
But it
out.
worked for you, so
You look out the window to see like the sun starting to like dip down to the horizon. If it weren't for the fact that as soon as the sun goes down, like demon shadow wolves like materialize in the darkness and stalk the streets, this town would be really, really pretty.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Nissa, let's go to bed. Tornald got us a great room for all four of us. Umlaut, you too, so you don't have to sleep in the
Yes.
commons and have someone pickpocket you.
let me tuck you all in, little
Yeah.
ones.
And Umlaut doesn't believe for a second that like that was for his benefit.
Right?
I look at Umlaut like, yeah, you're right.
Cool.
So, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, is everybody's heading to bed for the night? Do we wanna call it here? And
I think, yeah, probably call it. But I think before Tornald gets to bed, he wants to make sure that Arland is asleep, and then I'm gonna put some helping herbs in his
just
water skin.
Oh God.
Yeah, I have
great.
I have a little travel mortar pestle. I'm just gonna quietly grind and make into a little paste.
now, I just want to be clear here. Like, there's no mechanical effect here. It's just
No,
you're putting like
I'm putting herbs of some sort
Yeah.
into his, and he needs his medicine. He hasn't grown it up.
you're putting folklore in his water. Nice.
Essentially, yeah.
Nice.
No, yeah. I, the player, do not expect Arland to grow.
No, that would.
Tornald thinks it just might work.
Yes, it may take some time.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Multiple
really
doses.
long time.
I'll be keeping an eye on him.
It's the Pfizer growth syrup.
All right.
Where's the Druids Room relative to where the rest of the folks are?
So there aren't that many rooms in this place. It's a small town, and the inn is
Right.
commensurately also small. So there's probably like 3 rooms on either side of the like upper floor. You're all crammed kind of into like if it's a hallway with doors, you're on the first door on the right, and I said she was the second on the left. So you're like catty corner from you.
Okay.
And all we know is that gal rushed up to her room. We didn't check in on her room or anything.
Yeah, yeah. As soon as you described like what these guys were wearing,
She took off, yeah.
she bolted.
Umlaut's not actually going to sleep in the room, despite the generous offer. He's going to sleep in the hallway.
Yeah, outside the door. That seems like a good idea. Nissel wants to open the door and see if she's even in there. That's what Nissel would want.
I mean, yeah. You could you can go push it. She's slid about like as much furniture as she can in front of the door.
Okay.
We'd established that when Matt, I was gonna say when the 2 Matts went and talked to her. Arland and Tornald went and talked to her. So if you want to like force your way in, because it's not like you like, you know, there's a simple lock, you know, on all the doors to keep it private, but really like the
Right.
biggest security that she has put in there is putting the furniture in front of the door.
Mainly, Nissel just wants to listen and make sure she's in the room.
Sure. You want to make a? Well, no, I don't think you need to make a roll here.
I guess it
Yeah,
depends
you
on what
could
she's
you
doing. If
hear
she's
you can
still
hear
packing and
like
shit.
shuffling around in there, like things are being moved. It's hard to tell what specifically is going on, but you know, you get the sense of like she's packing up her shit.
Right. Nissel wants to whisper in the door and say,
They know you're here. If you run, you die. Stay with us.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I love that
You see, like as you whisper, like there's you hear the activity inside pause, and then footsteps towards the door, and she like cracks it open and looks down at you, and like she's she says, I'm going nowhere, but you're crazy if you think I'm just going to sit here and wait for them to come for me. An army of them, you said?
There was probably 2 armies, to be honest. I just didn't want to scare the other ones.
She's like she leans down and like you're having this conversation through like this much of the door, right?
yeah.
And she like kind of reaches a hand like through the crack and like gently touches you on the throat where she had healed your wound before, and says, listen, I am no enemy of yours, but if I can offer any piece of wisdom, it is this: we should leave before they come.
I think that when she touches his throat, Nissel's probably pretty cool and calm, but there's a moment when her hand is already retracting that he gives a snarl, and then he says,
Animals. Now stay inside your room.
and then he kind of pulls the handle back shut.
Yeah, just yeah.
And then Nissel will take note that Umlaut's already out there, so he'll go back, crawling back into some bed wherever he came from,
Nice.
just muttering to himself.
Nice. Awesome. So I think I'm gonna need one thing. I just need to look it up. That's why. Do you Umlaut, do you have like a blanket or anything?
That's not really how Umlaut rolls.
No. That's fine. It's just cold outside, or like, you know, it's still early in the spring, so like nights are still hella chilly.
Yeah.
So like out in the hallway, it's pretty dang cold out.
What's your body hair like?
Legit.
Oh, okay.
Legit. Are
Arland,
you
partway through the night? We'll take him his little cloak and just like drape it over him
just
and go back in the room.
just drape it over?
Just over his head.
Yeah, I was trying to decide whether or not like there's rules for like we don't have time to make camp, but we need to sleep, so we're just gonna throw shit down here and sleep on the ground. But you're indoors. It's hella uncomfortable. But are you primarily interested in keeping watch here or actually sleeping?
I think that I don't want the sleeping.
That's
So, but you
Makes
can.
sense.
He can just rest. Like he doesn't actually. No. That's to heal.
yeah.
No, I think he actually sleeps. He just wants to be like super available in case anything starts making its way up the stairs.
Gotcha.
Did you feel bad last time you weren't available when you were sleeping? Is this what's happening now, sir?
Well,
Well-
he doesn't feel bad for sleeping. He just feels bad for sleeping too far away.
No, it's not that so much. I mean, yeah, he definitely feels like there would have been a different outcome had he been there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or like it's more like when the parent is just too exhausted and tired, and the kids won't go to sleep, so they sleep in the same area as them, so they can be like, if it gets really bad, I'll just wake up.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Pretty much that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna stress it too much. If all else fails, like there's a place you could be like, this is too uncomfortable, and actually, like,
Go grab a blanket.
yeah. So, it's
Well, I've
fine.
got Arlen's little cloak over me too. So
Oh, yeah.
It's full on Arland. It probably goes down to like your upper thigh, and then it's done. But
Look,
I
we have
picture it just covering your head,
we
just
have-
like a lampshade over your head.
we have all been drunk at somebody's house and like passed out on their couch and like got cold and just grabbed like the throw blanket that
or anything. Yeah.
yeah, literally anything, somebody else's jacket, like
Yeah.
whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I think we're gonna leave it there. And the plan is to go and deal with those people out in the woods.
Yeah, we
Two
rise early and
armies.
we take out we take out the two armies when we get up early and kill those two army guys.
Gotcha. Yeah. I mean, what could go wrong?
Nothing.
Nothing could possibly go wrong. So let's do some XP. It's
Hey,
just
Nissel,
an entire session of just like making everything way more complicated.
Mhm.
Which is great. It's what I'm here for. Everybody who participated gets an XP.
I think that's our one.
You did
Seriously.
You did not travel through at least one hex on the map that you had not visited before. Man. I think that's it.
That was it. Yeah.
Like, I'm looking at the list, and I'm not trying to be a jerk, but I'm like, didn't defeat any monsters, no treasure, no functions in your stronghold, no activating pride. Did anybody suffer from their dark secret?
I didn't suffer, but I manipulated somebody again.
You did manipulate somebody again. Did you risk your life for another PC? Not really in this session. Nobody was actively trying to kill you. And there were no extraordinary actions performed.
Nissel scouted out the location of two armies. I think that's pretty
That's
extraordinary.
pretty wild.
Two whole
That,
armies.
that
Whole
sounds that I know that sounds like a lot, but let me clarify that along the way, Nissel easily slew like 6 different beasts and fought at
Oh,
least 10
right.
monsters.
Well,
So you can't, it's about the journey more with Nissel. It's not about the end result, although he did find Shangri-La and then left it because it smelled funny.
something,
mhm.
something, 7 in 1
Too
blow,
many birds
right?
there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know if it counts as extraordinary action though, because you are pretty stealthy, right? Like you had
it's a silly amount of stealthy. If it's dark or dim light, then it's as long
Yeah,
as I have
it's
willpower, I can be as
extraordinary for-
stealthy as I want.
Yeah, pretty
It's
much.
extraordinary for anyone else, but for Nissel,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty much what you do.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's extraordinary that he didn't cause a fight or get himself killed.
well, yeah, but the XP is not for extraordinary not action.
Extraordinary avoidance.
Extraordinary problem avoidance. Rad. Well, thank you all. That was surprisingly entertaining for it being definitely the like, what the fuck are we gonna do next session?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I appreciate everybody playing, and we will do this again next week.
Thanks for having us.
Of course.
Yep.
Anytime.
Thanks for running.
Awesome. And we will see everybody next time.
Bye.
Yep.